Fox 11 meteorologist Palacio. The severe weather index is low for the next 24 hours. I'm expecting mainly cloudy skies for tomorrow. We do have a chance for some isolated showers, and we do have our next weather maker coming. I'll have details on that coming up.
Deadly tornadoes devastate the Midwestern and Southern United States. A look at the damage and the recovery efforts. Plus, ice shove season is upon us. How people enjoyed nature's creations along Lake Winnebago.
Balanced news and severe weather coverage. This is Fox 11 News at 9.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight at 9. At least 21 people are dead and many injured following a slew of storms and tornadoes that brought devastation to the Midwest and South. So far, more than 50 preliminary reports of tornadoes were recorded across 7 states. Isabel Rosales has the latest.
Little Rock obviously suffered serious damage over the course of the last 24 hours.
A state of emergency declared and the National Guard activated in hard-hit Arkansas, one of 7 states devastated by widespread storms and deadly tornadoes on Friday.
We heard the wind, and then our dad, he immediately woke up from his nap and told us to go to the bathroom quick.
At least a dozen tornadoes were reported in Arkansas. Homes and businesses destroyed in a matter of minutes.
I've had the opportunity over the last couple of hours to speak with both the Homeland Security Secretary as well as President Biden, who have offered a tremendous amount of support, anything that Arkansas needs.
The mayor of Little Rock says more than 2,000 of his residents were affected by the tornado. He says the impact is devastating.
There are complete neighborhoods that have been flattened, as well as commercial businesses.
We don't know what's left. All my neighbors' houses are about destroyed.
In northern Illinois, at least 1 person is dead and dozens of others injured after the roof of the Apollo Theater in Belvedere collapsed. A strong line of severe weather moved through the area, and it wasn't immediately clear whether the storms caused the roof to crumble.
It's just really hard to see people and hear people being hurt.
Meanwhile, the threat of more severe weather looms for some 70 million people from the south to the northeast through Saturday evening. I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
Yesterday's storms come a week after severe weather walloped the southeast and killed 26 people. Wisconsin had its own tornado activity last night. Fox 11 meteorologist Palacio is here. Christian, what did we see?
Yeah, Ben, I think the tornadoes started to spawn sometime right around 7, 8 o'clock in the evening. So, of course, we all know that the tornadoes are spawning around the south central U.S. throughout the afternoon hours. And there was a lot of warm air that was traveling through into southern Wisconsin. And that, of course, was also sparking up some higher winds and what eventually brought us some tornadoes. So I'm going to stop this right around 7 o'clock. See, we started to get some tornadoes reports right along the Illinois and Wisconsin border, and there were confirmed tornadoes right around Jefferson County, Elkhorn County, around Geneva, and just right around the Beloit area, and they certainly were right around 7, 8 o'clock, and so it was definitely devastating. And our next weather maker is also coming our way. It's going to be coming in right around Tuesday afternoon, last through Wednesday. We're going to be dealing with more rain, thunderstorms, perhaps even mixed precipitation to our north, and wind gusts could be up to about 40 miles per hour. We'll take a detailed look at this forecast coming up in 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, Christian. If you're in the Ashwaubenon area this afternoon, you may have received an emergency alert on your cell phone. It was sent out for a police response on Hilltop Drive, which is just west of I-41. People in the area were asked to stay in their homes. Ashwaubenon Public Safety says it took an adult into custody as a result of the situation. The incident is under investigation and no other information has been released. While rain and snow fell over parts of northeast Wisconsin, on Lake Winnebago, strong winds formed ice shoves on the west side of the shore. Fox 11's Lexi Schrader takes us to Neenah, where families were enjoying the shoves coming in from the lake.
Look at that! Look at that piece!
This was the scene near Lake Winnebago late Friday night. High winds and warmer weather combined to form big ice shoves on parts of the lake near Neenah. By morning, the chunks of ice made for the perfect playground for the Weiss family and their neighbors.
An ice shove is certainly one of the things that Lake Winnebago offers as entertainment for us natives.
David Weiss, a Neenah resident, says he has explored ice shoves on Lake Winnebago ever since he was a kid. and now he gets to explore them with his family.
The shifting with all of the wind today has made a great opportunity for the kids to come out and enjoy some of the nature.
Living near the lake, Weiss says he usually starts to see the ice shoves in late winter and early spring. He looks forward to seeing them.
All with the exception of when you're driving down County Road A here and the snowplow has to push it off the road for safety. But for the most part, yeah, it's a fun part of the season.
This specific shove the kids are climbing on is one of the bigger ones that Weiss and his neighbor have seen.
This one's pretty good. That's probably 10 to 14 feet high.
Ice shoves of this size can cause damage along the shoreline. Large shoves plowed into a house on Lake Winnebago last year.
You can see this building, these trees have probably saved this building a number of times.
For Weiss and his neighbor, their houses are safe, which means there's more time for fun and imagination on the ice shoves.
Well, right now they're in the middle of fending off pirates and polar bears, so it's a good day.
In Nina, Lexi Schrader, Fox 11 News.
And are you seeing ice shoves where you are? If so, we'd love to see it. You can send us your photos and videos by using the Chime In feature on fox11online.com or with the Fox 11 News or weather apps. The nation is on watch as former President Donald Trump's court appearance looms. Coming up, the security measures being taken in New York ahead of Trump's likely arraignment on Tuesday.
You're watching Fox 11 News at 9 with Ben Krumholz, meteorologist Christian Palacio, and Fox 11 Sports with Ryan Wing.
As America awaits former President Donald Trump's appearance Tuesday in a Manhattan courtroom, preparations are underway to secure the site. Police have swept in with barricades for the courthouse, and road closures are expected. A grand jury indicted the 45th U.S. president 2 days ago. The charges are still under seal, but he's expected to face dozens of counts related to an alleged hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Trump denies any wrongdoing and is calling for protests. His advisors say they're concerned about whether he can get a fair trial in liberal New York State, but Trump's lawyers have not asked for a change of venue and are waiting to hear the charges. Vice President Kamala Harris caps off her tour of Africa as the U.S. fights to push back against China's increasing sway over the continent. The vice president's final stop brought her to Zambia, where she toured farms and announced over $1 billion in monetary pledges to Africa. Harris emphasized the importance of the continent's agricultural development.
This trip has been about highlighting innovation, highlighting the ingenuity that exists on this continent that is benefiting the world and can be a model, in particular about smart farming, smart agriculture.
The week-long trip also brought the vice president to Ghana. China's influence on Zambia and Ghana is highly visible, Beijing having helped build critical railways in Zambia and constructed the very airport that Harris flew into for her visit. Today begins Russia's month-long term as head of the United Nations Security Council. Ukraine blasted the turn of events as the world's worst April Fool's joke and urged the council to block the shift in power. But the White House says there's no means to prevent it. This comes after the International Criminal Court, which is not a UN institution, indicted Russian President Vladimir Putin last month for alleged war crimes. The last time Russia held this position was in February of 2022, when it launched its invasion into Ukraine. Pope Francis was discharged Saturday from the Rome hospital where he was being treated for bronchitis. The 86-year-old pontiff talked to the media as he departed, joking that he was, quote, still alive. He also took time to speak with and comfort members of the public. The Vatican reports Pope Francis will preside over upcoming Holy Week celebrations. The Packers today hosted a statewide first-of-its-kind event for girls flag football. Coming up, find out which high schools from around our area participated. The Green Bay Packers today hosted the first ever Girls Flag Open. The event invited 10 girls high school flag football teams from throughout Wisconsin to the Don Hudson Center for exhibition games. Included among them were athletes from Clintonville, NEW Lutheran, Weyauwega Fremont, and Shawano High Schools. The Packers say it's an exciting time for the athletes, their families, and the green and gold.
Definitely makes it all worth it. We're just excited. The amount of fans who traveled as well to come in and watch whether it's their daughters or friends or, cousins, come and watch them play here in the Don Hudson Center is really exciting.
And looking to the future, the Packers hope girls flag football will grow large enough to be sanctioned by the WIAA.
Our next weather maker is going to be coming in towards the middle of the week, and I think it's going to be starting sometime during the afternoon hours on Tuesday and can last all the way through Wednesday. We could be expecting some rain, thunderstorms, even some mixed precipitation, and it'll also be windy. Wind gusts could be up to about 40 miles per hour. It might even be on the higher end if the models continue to show what they're showing. Forecast first shows it's going to be 23 at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, 37 at 10. We're going to warm up to 43 at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and I am expecting it to be mainly cloudy for the day tomorrow. The severe weather index is in the low category, so mainly cloudy skies for tomorrow. There are some spots that could see some isolated rain and snow showers mix. I don't think it'll be a significant amount. I think it'll make its way on out very quickly, and I'll show you that on one of the models in just a moment here. Taking a look ahead for the week, our average high for this time of year is 47 degrees. We're going to be kind of bouncing back and forth for the next week. So our tomorrow's high will be 45, going to warm up to 52 on Monday, then we'll bounce back down on Tuesday. And then we warm up again on Wednesday, cool down on Thursday, and then we start to warm back up once again by the time I get to next weekend. Now breaking down the precipitation for next week, so I think we have isolated chances tomorrow, and then Monday we should remain dry. Monday night, I think there is some rain showers that could start forming, and then our next weather maker will be coming in on Tuesday. And then lasting all the way through Wednesday. And it looks like for the back half of next week, looks dry right now. It's 32 degrees right now in Green Bay, 34 in Appleton, 33 in Oshkosh, 31 in Fond du Lac, and 36 degrees in Wapaka. And it looks like the radar is reporting mainly clear skies right now. We're going to continue to see mostly clear skies. It's going to be a quiet evening. We did have windier gusts earlier this morning as that system was making its way on out, but now it should actually be already dialing it back. So as we get on into tomorrow, we're going to see some clouds start to filter back in, and then sometime during the afternoon hours, I do think that we do have the isolated chances for some rain and snow showers, mainly from Green Bay northward. And then as we head into tomorrow night, I think we are going to be seeing partly to mostly cloudy skies. And then heading on into Monday, we're going to be seeing mostly cloudy skies once again. And then as we get into Tuesday, that's when the system is going to start to make its way on in, and we're going to be seeing the rain and the thunderstorms. So taking a closer look, we're going to be clearing out for tonight with the high pressure system that's going to be making its way on out. For tomorrow, here we are sometime during the afternoon hours. We're going to see some isolated snow showers and rain to the north. And then as we get into tomorrow night, I think skies will be partly to mostly cloudy. On Monday, we'll continue to see mostly cloudy skies. And then as we get into Monday night, I think there are some isolated chances for some rain showers. And then for Tuesday, we do have the system that's going to be making its way on in with the rain and thunderstorms with mixed precipitation to the north. So for tonight, look for mostly clear skies. I'm expecting temperatures to be in the low to mid 20s. They're going to be in the single digits up in the Northwoods. For tomorrow, look for highs around the 40s with mainly cloudy skies, and it'll be a little bit breezy because we could get some gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Again, isolated rain and snow showers are possible for tomorrow. Monday, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds at the high of 52. On Tuesday, our next weather maker comes in with afternoon thunderstorms. It will be windy, high of 47. Wednesday, I think we'll still have morning rain showers. It'll still be windy, high of 54. And then we should stay dry for the last half of next week.
Now, at least we're ticking up a little bit.
Yeah.
Seeing some 50s in there.
Yeah, and then more rain. We're starting to see more rain than snow.
Yeah.
So I think spring is finally, saying, hey, we're finally here.
And we're happy to see it.
That's right.
Thanks, Christian. The Brewers were looking for their first win of the season this afternoon in Chicago. See if they could pull off a comeback. Plus how the Bucks are approaching the final week of the regular season following a 41-point loss to the Celtics a few days ago.
Now, here's the latest from Fox 11 Sports.
The Brewers' opening series against the Cubs continued this afternoon, but some bad news for the crew came just one game in. Third baseman Luis Arias was placed on the injured list with a strained hamstring. Craig Counsell said he is expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks. But with that came a call-up. The Brewers' third-ranked prospect Joey Wiemer, promoted from AAA, making his debut. How about this? First major league at-bat, first pitch, and his first career hit. It was good for a double. He would get stranded at second, though, but we love to see that. All right, no score in the 6th. Brandon Woodruff looking great in his first outing until this small blip. Ian Happ with the solo shot makes it 1-0 Cubs. Only run Woody gave up, though, across 6 pitched, also striking out 8. Top 8 now, 2 on for pinch hitter Jesse Winker. Single up the middle will tie it. Bases loaded now for William Contreras. He flies it to right field. That one drops down, brings in 2 runs for the 3-1 lead. Devin Williams escaping trouble in the 9th. The comeback win complete. Brewers win 3-1. Here's what Woodruff had to say about his successful first time out this season.
So first day playing catcher, I didn't know how my hands were going to do just from the stuff last year, and I was able to keep them in pretty good shape today. And the game plan for me was if I couldn't spin the ball great, I knew I could throw my changeup a lot. Thankfully, I didn't have any problems with my fingers today. I was able to work all the pitches in and kind of lean on that changeup. I was comfortable with it and able to throw it in any count, which I think helped me out.
Well, after the Bucks got blown out by the Celtics Thursday and a Boston win Friday night, the Bucks lead in the East is down to just 1.5 games. The Bucks have 5 left in the regular season to play, starting with the 76ers Sunday night. Their magic number to clinch the top seed remains at 4. It goes down with wins or Celtics losses. Coach Mike Budenholzer spoke today, sharing how the team moves on after an ugly loss like Thursday's.
Really, all the good teams in the league are going to, make you have to be your best. And how are we at our best? And, we weren't that the other night. And credit to Boston. And, for us, at least, to overreact or, just do too much, whether it be film, whether it be on the court, whether it be talking. You try and walk that line where we learn from it, we understand. And then we got to get ready for a really good team tomorrow in Philly and, believe in ourselves and believe in what we've been building over the, whatever it is, 70, 75 games. And, the groups, I think they got a good feel for it.
Well, Badgers spring ball began 1 week ago as we're getting a good look at this new era of Badgers football under Luke Fickell. There are 15 total spring practices. The pads came on Thursday for day 3. And while Fickell says the physicality doesn't necessarily ramp up, this is the time, he says, when he can really start to assess what the guys on his team can handle.
Start to see the mental side of things, the toughness side of things, the emotional side of things as you get into day 3, 4, and 5. 1 and 2, it's, still new. It's still, just by nature, the energy. And now you get to really kind of see as you add a little bit, some more things offensively, defensively, who can handle those things. Because that's where you really start to see the guys that are going to have success, especially early on in your program. Day 3, 4, and 5, I think you get to know a lot more about your guys. So that's why I kind of said after, we're going to continue to challenge these guys and push them because we're going to find out a lot more about them as people that will tell us, the success we'll have in the long run.
From the videos I've seen of Badgers spring practice, it seems like Fickell is bringing a whole lot of energy, really getting the guys fired up. And fans have a chance to go see an open practice on April 22nd as the Badgers will have what they're calling the launch, kind of to introduce this new era to all the fans.
I'm sure that'll be popular because a lot of people are excited.
Bet.
Yeah,
yes.
New era.
New future, or future looks pretty bright for Badgers football.
It certainly does. Thank you, Nicole. And Christian, does the future look bright for our forecast?
Yes and no. I think it's going to be bright for at least tonight. Things will be mostly clear and the winds are finally calming down. I think clouds will start to filter in tomorrow again. We'll warm up to 45 for our high. There is some isolated chances for some rain and snow showers to our north. There's a mix of sun and clouds on Monday with a high of 52. Then our next weather maker comes in with afternoon thunderstorms, rain, and windy conditions as well. High of 47 on Tuesday. Wednesday, morning showers, some wind, and high of 54. And then for the last part of next week, things are going to stay dry, and I think we're going to see a little more sunshine.
Oh, a nice weekend for Easter. That would be nice,
yes.
Right? All right. Thanks for joining us here at 9. Come back tomorrow morning for Good Day Wisconsin. It starts at 6 a.m. Have a good night.